Last year, I made a video called Reading 7 Romance Books in 7 Days, and I got that funny feeling in my bones recently that I just wanted to binge a bunch of books, especially these cute, colorful, covered books that I kind of picture reading for the summertime. So I decided to embark on reading 5 summer books in 5 days. Because of course, I would choose to do that. Day 1! Happy day 1, Monday. Starting with the new Carly Fortune book, Meet Me at the Lake, which is crazy because I was watching my old Reading 7 Romance Books in 7 Days and I started with the Carly Fortune book. Here's the forecast for the week. It's actually, the sun's coming out as I'm saying this. It hasn't been true for a single day, but just in case it is true, I'll be reading summer books so that I feel like it's summer already. So yeah, this is her new release. It's actually a very interesting premise. They basically met each other a year ago and only hung out for 1 day, and then 10 years in the future, we're following, well, it's past and present timelines, and we're following her in the present when he randomly appears out of nowhere and is supposed to help her run the family vacation resort on the water, on the lake. Doing a terrible job of this. I'm already 187 pages through, and I think it's only 300, so today my job is easy. I'm giving myself a head start, and I'm gonna go to a coffee shop, maybe some summery locations, maybe sit in my car. I don't know why I kind of want to do that today, so let's go get a coffee and do that.
Like I'm fading away, and I wonder why no one ever stays.
Sometimes there's something so cozy about driving to a really pretty spot and just hanging out in your car. It probably freaks the people out around me if they were to peer in, but they shouldn't be doing that. I need to tip my windows better. And also, reading for 24 hours in my car challenge. All right, let's get to it. We're at a flashback scene. Good night. I think I have like an hour left of reading on this book, and I'm so conflicted on how I feel about Carly Fortune books. I think I gave her other book a 5 stars, which I totally forgot until I rewatched my own video, and I was like, actually, why did I do that? I don't remember feeling that way towards it, but I guess the summer vibes were just really good. And summer vibes are very high in this book as well, and setting can sometimes just play such a big role in a book, but I don't know, there's definitely some new characters that I'm starting to get more attached to, which is a good sign, but the actual romance, I'm like, do I actually care about this? I do, kind of. I'm conflicted. I finished Meet Me at the Lake, and for summer vibes, it ranks pretty high, I think. Well, it's not mega high, but it is high. I think it would be like a 4 out of 5 summer vibes, but in terms of overall book rating, I think I'm gonna go with a 3 star, and I was feeling very conflicted about how I felt the entire time I was reading the book, which is one of my least favorite feelings while reading, is the whole time I'm reading it, I'm thinking, do I like this? Do I not like this? And I just hate feeling confused, which if I feel confused, it probably means I just don't really like it. I'm just having a hard time admitting it to myself. So I was trying to pinpoint why exactly her writing was almost hitting, but it wasn't. I don't know if she wrote differently in this book compared to Every Summer After, but I feel like in this one, she would say things instead of show things. So even at the end is when I really pinpointed it. She would say, he told me I love you, and he told me this, and he told me that, instead of just using actual dialogue for him to say, I love you, quotation mark, he said, blah, 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 blah. I was just thinking, why do I like Emily Henry's writing so much better? And it's because Emily Henry uses so much dialogue and so many scenes where characters are interacting, whereas here, I feel like she does a lot more descriptions of things, and then even if she's describing what's happening between characters, she's just kind of telling you what happened instead of showing you. So I think that's why I felt a little bit emotionally removed. I showed a little teardrop thing, but that wasn't even really from the book. Like, there was a cool plot twist, but it was one of those moments where I was like shedding 2 tears because the book reminded me of something else, but it wasn't the book that I was shedding tears over. Does that make sense? It's only 2 p.m. today, so I think I'm gonna get a head start on tomorrow's book. And I'm a little bit distracted right now because I just got probably the 2 best pieces of book mail ever in my entire life. I didn't even know this was coming in the mail. So imagine my shock when I opened a package and it was Betting on You by Lynn Painter. This is an ARC, an advanced reader's copy, and this doesn't come out until November 28th. It's her new young adult romance book. I'm gonna have to see if this fits into like the summer vibe for this video, but I do really want to read this, and I feel like you guys know how much I love Lynn Painter, so it might just be fun to choose this for one of them, but we'll see. And then this next book, I had no idea about it at all, but I was trying to look up perfect summer beach reads, and I found this one in an article, and I discovered that it's actually not out yet, so I DM'd her on Instagram and begged for an advanced reader's copy, and she sent it to me, and it just came, and it's so cute. This is so fancy. Oh my gosh, the cover is gorgeous. So this is A Perfect Vintage by Chelsea Fagan, but Chelsea is actually the co-founder of The Financial Diet, which I am aware of that company and their book and everything, and I was like, oh, that's so cool that she wrote a fiction novel. And this one is actually perfect for summer. I've been caught. Look, do you know what this is?
Betting on you? No. No way. Wait, so it's early?
Yeah, it comes out in November.
Shut up.
And she sent it to me.
That's crazy. That is so cool.
It says old money, younger men. Oh, and one intoxicating summer. And it's set in France, like rich France. So I think I'm gonna start this and then I'll get to tell you more about what it's about because I don't really know. Good morning. I finished A Perfect Vintage yesterday and I thoroughly enjoyed it. If I didn't explain the vibes of this book yet, we've got a rich French family who has just inherited this chateau. It's like hotel resort thing. And we're following Leah, who gets hired to renovate these places before they open. So she goes with her cousin and she ends up falling in love with the father's son there. So there's actually age gap, which I did not know. He's 24 and she's 36, so it's a 12-year age gap. And there's also just a bunch of family drama and friendship drama that ensues. So yeah, the age gap was very interesting. Honestly, the setting of this book made me picture Call Me By Your Name the entire time. And there's also age gap in that movie, so kind of, I don't know, I watched that movie probably like 7 years ago, or I don't know when it came out. But just the French countryside is like the most beautiful thing to picture ever. And I love rich people drama books. So this was a very interesting mix of like, it's not a typical romance or romantic comedy or anything like that. And her writing was very good. Her writing style is definitely very distinct in my opinion, and I really enjoyed it, and everything explodes at the end. So this was a super solid summer book. In terms of summer vibes, I would give it like a 4 out of 5. And then in terms of actual rating, I think I would also give it a 4 out of 5. Very solid beach read to bring with you on a vacation. The next book I'm gonna be reading, which I tried to like match, I don't match it very well, but it's The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. It's their new release book. I didn't read The Soulmate Equation, which I kind of wish I would have. I don't know why I didn't, but this is a side character in that book. And this is about a romance author who feels like there's no actual romance in her life, and then a film director who has to make some sort of cheesy romance reality TV show, and he's really upset about that. And then I don't really understand the rest of the plot, so what I'm gonna be reading today, I'm gonna go pick up coffee and my friend, and we're gonna read at a park. This outfit looks funny on camera like this. I have an update on this book. I got 150 pages in, and it was actually so fun at first. Like, I love the whole premise. It's this romance author who is getting hired by this guy who needs to make a reality dating TV show, and he wants her to be the main character, and then she demands that the guys that are gonna be on the show are like different stereotypes of romance books, like the cinnamon roll, all of these things. It just feels like a book for romance readers, but then once the romance started, it's just completely like lust-based, I feel like, and I just can tell like from reading so many books like this that if it starts like this, I'm not gonna believe it when it just becomes like, oh, I actually was in love with you the whole time. I just was masking it with this attraction thing. I'm just not gonna buy into it. I'm not gonna root for the characters if it's like this. I think I'm gonna DNF this, which is so shocking. I love Christina Lauren. Yeah, their previous book last year, Something Wilder, was also a miss for me. So very interesting. For today's book, I'm gonna read When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I've already read like 20% of this on my Kindle from different flights that I've taken, so I know it'll be super easy, and her books are just so summery because they're so short and they're the most easy thing in the world to read. They're like little cotton candy books, and it should be fun. I'm dressed for the pool, so I'm gonna read it on my Kindle probably because of the blaring sun. Yeah, it should be very fun and easy today. Back in my car. It's kind of so comforting to sit in the back of your own car. I don't know why. I have my little coffee here. I even packed myself a little peanut butter jelly sandwich. I'm having a really great time, honestly. An update on the book. I'm 41% done, but I'm actually loving it so much. I remember starting this a while ago, and the beginning was so outlandish. Like, the scenarios that Sarah Adams comes up with are so out of this world and fictional. But now that I'm actually in the book and we're learning more about the characters, his 3 sisters are such endearing characters. Mabel, this old woman, is such an endearing character, and then the main girl that we're following, Amelia, actually has such great character depth and a very believable motivation for wanting to drive to the middle of nowhere, and the things that she struggles with are actually believable. So their chemistry is very strong right now, and I believe it so much. So I'm so happy that I'm actually enjoying this book, because I feel like with The True Love Experiment and Meet Me at the Lake, I just did not care about the characters being together that much. Like, I just feel like they just did not have much emotional depth. Maybe true love experiment gets there, but it just wasn't happening at a rate where I thought it would work for me. So I'm very happy about this, and her books are so fun. Like, they're such great vacation vibes, because if you're kind of reading on the go and you're not super focused, like there's noise around you, I feel like you can still have the perfect amount of attention for these books. So I'm gonna try to finish it, drink my little coffee, and eat my little sandwich. This book is so good. I am loving this book. I'm just kicking my feet. I laughed out loud during this book. It scared me actually a little bit. Good morning. I finished When in Rome the other day, and I've now started Practice Makes Perfect. I actually didn't realize how much you're supposed to read this one first and then this one, so I'm very glad that I did that. And I'm 116 pages into this one, and I'm very happy that I'm reading these back to back, because I feel like it's just a lot cuter that way. Like, they're living in the same town. They talk about the couple from this book a lot still in this one, so I definitely don't think you should read these out of order. Read this one first, then this one. I love When in Rome. This one was so cute. I gave it 4 stars. I would honestly give it like a 4.5. I think that's what I also gave The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I definitely have to be in the right mood to read her books, because I remember starting this one and just thinking, it's so cheesy, it's so outlandish. But when you're in the right mood for like a fluffy little cupcake book, you have to read these books. And I'm really enjoying this one already. The premise is super interesting because it's Amelia's bodyguard, which is the celebrity singer from this book, and then Noah from this book's sister. So that's who this book is following. And Amelia makes her bodyguard teach Annie how to go on dates, because she's really bad at dating people, but her dream is to get married and settle down in this tiny town. And then he's this big city boy who's the complete opposite of her. So yeah, super lighthearted and fun. And I'm gonna try to knock the rest of this out. All 5 books for this week. Aren't they so cute together? I finished Practice Makes Perfect last night, and I am sad to report that I ended up not really liking this book for some reason. I was so excited at the start because I gave this one a solid 4 stars, which I haven't really felt like that about a romance book in a while. And then this one was set in the same world, so I was amped for it, and it started off great. And then I was hoping that more character development was going to bloom between the characters, but it kind of just felt a little weird to me, because Sarah Adams is kind of known for writing closed door romances, and then this one still kind of was, but it was like she was trying to make it spicier. And I feel like you should just be in or out. Like, it should just be the type of book where you're like, this one's a spicy one, this one's not. And this one was like weirdly in the middle, and it felt like nothing else was happening between the characters except for like them being really attracted to each other. And there's like a little character development thrown in there. Like, everyone just sees her as the sweet girl, and she doesn't want to just be seen as that. And you know, maybe she does want to get a tattoo, and maybe she does want to move to the big city. And I feel like that was trying to give her more depth, but I don't know. I just didn't really emotionally invest in them as a couple ever. So I gave it 3 stars, but low-key 2 stars. I feel like so bad ever giving books 2 stars, but it kind of is like a 2.5 for me. So this was a fun one. I mean, summer books are supposed to be light and fluffy, and these definitely are, and they're really fun. Regardless of the ratings, I feel like just a setting of a book can be really fun if you're also living out that sort of setting. Maybe I'm just gonna make a video about sci-fi books, because I don't think romance is it for me right now. So while I start reading those books, you can follow me on Instagram or TikTok, and I will catch up with you guys somewhere else on the internet. Thanks for watching this one. Bye!